cut. Here we go. Everybody quiet on set. Quit around. This thing is... Okay. Ready?
Okay.
Damn it. Get serious.
Hey, this is Joel at BlankTV. Great to see you. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. We are very excited today to be with a great Renaissance man here. You see one individual next to me, but we're going to be speaking to, or talking about many different characters. So without further ado, BlankTV is honored to present to you a great actor, comedian, stand-up comic. You did stand-up comic in Harvard Square?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Sure.
I'm from Boston.
Oh, are you? Yeah. That's where I got my start.
Yeah, well, we're definitely going to talk about that.
Sure.
A great writer, and typically we don't get to interview too many comic writers and writers in general. It's mostly bands, so we're very excited about that. So without further ado, we would like to welcome Sir Brendan Small.
It's true. I've been knighted recently. Yeah. Me and it's Paul McCartney. And
Did you do this?
No, I just stood there. I wasn't going to get down. I wasn't going to get my knees dirty. Hi. Thanks for having me. It's good to be... Oh, may as well make it official.
Yes. Great to meet you, sir. Great to meet you, sir. Before we talk about your history and so on, in the here and now, with the fiscal cliff is a big subject, and in Congress not doing jack shit about our economy. Some of our viewers wanted to know: are Dethklok still the 7th largest economy in the universe?
In their world, they I think they may have grown. I think some of the larger economies have plummeted since then. So they're holding strong. They without them in the economy, in our world, things tend to go bad. They're a big part of it. If you take them away, it goes south. Yeah. And one question, some people are chomping at the bit. It's in regards to season 5. First, congrats, season 5. We're excited. Is it in the can? Is it? Oh, I have not said anything about season 5 being in production or not production. So there is no news. Unfortunately, all I can tell you is that stay tuned. And I cannot really talk about the story or anything like that because that would be in direct violation of
Viacom?
of the Dethklok secrecy.
Oh, understand. Okay.
It's an in-house secret, so I can't talk about any of that stuff. But thanks for the congratulations. Nobody has leaked anything because there's nothing yet to be told.
Maybe it was just one of those.
What's going to happen, right? Yeah, people are just getting excited and starting their own rumors.
Oh, well,
what is going to happen, right? Nobody knows.
The word on the streets of Hollywood was that Mark Hamill was leaking it all over Sunset Boulevard.
Oh yeah, that sounds like something he'd do.
Well, let's talk about the origin, and then we'll get into the Metalocalypse spiel. But just wanted to find out about where things began to percolate. So to do that, sometimes we like to go back in time a bit. And
sure.
So it's a little unconventional, but would you just jump into the BlankTV time machine with me just for a few seconds?
I'd love to go. Okay,
it'll only take a few seconds, I promise you. If you just close your eyes for a few seconds, and we'll go back to the origin of Brendan. I promise I won't touch you, and our clothes will still be intact when we go back in time.
Can I just close one eye?
Yes, you can.
I just met you.
Here we go.
I have one question. You're going to edit some of this out, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, keep going.
Absolutely. Okay, what came first, metal or comedy, with young Brendan Small?
Good question.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I got into guitar around the same time. I think when you turn around like 14, 15 years old, you start defining your personality through the music that you like and through the movies that you like. And luckily, my parents had some good movies sitting around that they introduced me to, like old Woody Allen, Albert Brooks, Marx Brothers, stuff like that. And at the same time, I discovered some of their old records. And then I had a friend down the street who was playing guitar. It all kind of happened at the same time where I decided that I was really interested in both of those things, so music and comedy. So I listened to, my friend down the street introduced me to Slayer and King Diamond and Metallica and all that stuff, and then all the guitar heroes like Satriani and Vai, and then all the classic rock stuff that I would come to love. And then and like Queen and ELO and all that stuff. And so that got me up and running on guitar. And then I went to music school at Berklee College of Music in Boston, and then I decided while I was there, because I didn't know what I was going to do with music, because people weren't even playing their guitars around like late 90s, like they weren't taking guitar solos or anything like that. So all this practicing, all this shredding that I'd done was kind of just for me at that point. And so while I was there, I started taking writing classes at Emerson College for like writing for TV, and where you had to produce an actual spec script, which is a fake episode of a TV show. So I wrote a Seinfeld episode, and but it teaches you how to write, maintain the character, write in the style of the story that they tell, and then write jokes, and make sure it's funny and the whole story's moving. And there's like a 4-part story that's interweaving, and Seinfeld did such a great job, and I wanted to copy that. So that was a big deal for me. And then after I kept on going to these classes and found myself on stage doing sketch comedy and then stand-up comedy, and that's how I got into TV, was through doing characters and stand-up stuff on stage. And that's how I met the people from Dr. Katz and started doing home movies. So I didn't know what I was going to do with music, and I kind of stopped. Something happened where I was like, people, you meet someone at a party and they go, "What do you do?" And you go, "Oh, I'm a guitarist." But I stopped saying I'm a guitarist. I started saying, actually, I'm a comedian, and it turns out I can play guitar. So in comedy, I would end up being probably one of the better guitarists out there. And in music, I'd probably be one of the better comedy writers out there. So wherever I am not is where I'm most kind of valuable. So that's how the whole thing started.
How long was your stint in Boston for?
It was 8 years.
Did you like Boston?
4 years of school, then 4 years of comedy. I love Boston. I went back there recently, and while we were on the road, we snuck out and went to one of my favorite restaurants, and then I jumped on stage at the comedy club I started out at, the Hong Kong, the Comedy Studio in Harvard Square.
Yep.
Yeah, and
I live about a mile from there.
Yeah, it's a great place. It was a great place to start out. I mean, when I was starting out with my buddies Eugene Merman and Patrick Borelli, who've gone on to do other things. Louis C.K. was a guy who would just drop in all the time, and a bunch of great comedians would come in and just kind of use the space, and it's this great little intimate room where you can learn how to become a comic. Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool city.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. Would you ever think of residing in Boston?
I would. It's such a livable city, and the architecture and the world and the map of the city is so great that I'd love to find a reason to move back. But all the show business turns out is in Los Angeles, so you kind of don't have a choice.
Right. Have you ever had a steamer?
What is the steamer?
It's like the clams.
Oh, yeah, I don't get into clams as much. Oysters, raw oysters, steamed clams, not as much. Mussels, a great mussel with a good, like kind of a cream sauce, forget about it. Now we're talking. Clams I don't do as much. Do you?
No.
Lobster rolls. I don't even.
I love lobster.
But I get into like the boutique lobster rolls. I've gone to the North Shore and had a real crazy fucking lobster roll, or just crammed with lobster and mayonnaise. And you know what? I'll tell you something. Didn't do it for me.
Really?
Yeah, had a few bites, had to muscle the rest of it down. Yeah.
I love them. How did I miss that joke? I'm lost in the wilderness. A lone man against the elements. Ever have a Fenway Frank?
I have, actually, yeah. I spent some time around those parts. Actually, we played around there, the last tour.
Great.
It's nice, yeah, Lansdowne Street.
Do you believe that maybe Albert DeSalvo was not the Boston Strangler, that someone else may have committed those murders and may be living a peaceful life in Vermont now?
I don't have enough information on that particular murder trial. Ask me about any other one, because I study those really hard. I didn't know this was going to be a quiz.
Next time we'll talk about Manson then.
Yeah, that guy I know. He did it.